Okay, today we're going to be learning about questions. Okay? Now, who knows what a question is? Who knows what a question is? Yes, a question is an asking sentence. It means that I am asking you something, okay? Can you give me an example of a question? Good. For example of a question, what is your name? I am asking you something. That is a question. When you ask something, it is a question. What is your name? Where is the pen? Who is that? All these are asking sentences. We call them questions. Now, who knows what this sign is? Does anybody have any idea what this sign is called? This is a question mark. What is this? A question mark. Where will I use a question mark? Good. I will use a question mark at the end of a sentence. Okay. When we write a question, we will begin the question with a capital letter and we will end our question with the question mark. So look at the sentence. Is it a question? Yes, because it begins with capital and it ends with a question mark. How are you? I am asking you something. So what did we say an asking sentence is? A question. Let's look at this sentence. Where is your bag? Is this a sentence or a question? It's a question because I am asking you something. When we have questions, we need to give an answer. So if I ask you, where is your bag? I'm asking you a question. You will say, my bag is in the cupboard. If I ask you, how are you? I am asking a question. How will you answer? I am fine. So a question is an asking sentence. A question is when you ask something. Can you think of a question? Good. Now, let's look at this board. Okay, by number 1, we need to circle the question mark. Okay? So guys, help me do this. Is this a question mark? No. Is this a question mark? Yes. So we have to circle our question mark. Is this a question mark? No, it is a period. Okay, so we circled our question mark. Let's look at number 2. We need to underline the question. Okay, let's read this. The sky is blue. Is that a question? Am I asking something? No. This is a sentence. Let's look at this one. What is your name? Is that a question? Yes. Am I asking you something? Yes. Let's look if it's a proper question. Does it begin with a capital letter? Yes. Does it end with a question mark? Yes. So we have to underline our question. Good. Now let's look at number 3. we have a question, but there's something wrong with our question. Can you help me fix the question? Let's read it. How old are you? So I'm asking you something. This is a question, but who can tell me what is wrong in the question? Yes? Aha! What does question start with? Capital letter. So we need to start with capital letter. How old are you? What does a question end with? What does a question end with? A question mark. So we need to put a question mark at the end of our question. Good. Now, let's learn how to draw a question mark. We're going to make a backward C. The C facing the wrong way. So we made our letter C that's facing the wrong way. We're going to make a straight line down and a dot at the bottom, like a period at the bottom. Let's do it again. A C, the letter C that is facing backward, a straight line down with a dot at the bottom. Now you try drawing a question mark. Perfect. Let's do it one more time. A C, the letter C that is backwards, facing the wrong way, a straight line down, and a dot at the bottom. And that's how you draw a question mark. Now, let's open to page 57 in your reader's notebook, and let's start. Let's write the date on the top of the page. Don't forget to write your name. Okay, let's look. We learned about questions today. Remember, we said questions is an asking sentence. Okay, now let's look at question number 1. If it is a question, we will circle the happy face. If it is not a question, we will circle the sad face. So let's read it. Is the balloon, is this a question? No, it is not a question. So we will circle the sad face. Let's get number 2. Can you jump? Is this a question? Yes. Am I asking you something? Yes. So it is a question. We will circle the happy face. But we need to make it into a correct question. What did we say questions start with? A capital letter, and it ends with a question mark. So we are going to write both these sentences and make them correct questions. Okay? Let's go to number 3. We need to make is the balloon a question. So, is the balloon pink? Is that a question? Yes. So let's write it. Before we begin writing, how do we write a question? We start with capital letter. So let's write it. Is. Remember to write between the lines and keep a spacing after each word. Is the, keep a spacing, a finger spacing, balloon pink? What do I put at the end of my question? A question mark. Remember we said writing the letter C backwards, a straight line down and a dot. That's how we draw a question mark. Let's look at sentence number 2. We need to write the question correctly. Can you jump? Now we need to write the question correctly. What do we start a question with? A capital letter. Can, finger spacing between the words, you Finger spacing. Jump. Is this a question? Yes. So our question needs to end with a question mark. There we go.